I was really going for a little bit of colour today. I was like, I'm going to go out of the box, and now I look like I'm a Sesame Street character. My general look is full Hagrid.
Yeah.
So.
I should say, yeah.
Yeah, it is, Reb. Riding my bicycle, it was a banana seat, big handlebars, and thinking I was super cool, twisting and turning down the road and then totally crashing and ripping my toenail off. It went something like this. It's future shock, it's future shock, it's future shock. I don't think it had any music, but it was just a really awesome, catchy melody.
Are you going to release it?
I am now. I just have. I can't believe I did jazz hands to the future shock. Sorry, what was that? The main one was Marian Faithfull, Broken English. That whole album actually was my brother's and my divorce album. Not our divorce, but our parents' divorce, and we just cranked it. It was so hardcore, you know. She was so badass. I used to go into my closet when I felt sad, and I went into my closet and I was particularly sad. I was quite young, like maybe, 7 or 8 or something, maybe 9. And I was really down, and I'd sit in there and I heard this voice, and it said to me, music will be your gift. And I really took that on board. Sometimes I think that maybe it was me in the future talking to myself back then. I've often reflected on that, but I heard something. I also had the man from Poltergeist with the brim hat come into my room. That also could have been me in the future. Or Finn Andrews. He looked a lot like that guy. I'd have to say I sort of morphed Cyndi Lauper and Madonna into one, and my outfits really reflected that. So, I'd be like 11, 12, and I'd have on sort of slightly ripped stockings, short skirt, and sparkly top. And I loved the lace bow, that you bow at the top and the teased hair, which kind of morphed into my first hairstyle, which was a spiral perm. I was sitting in the back of my dad's bicycle. I was probably about 2 years old. And he put the kickstand down and I just went clonk onto my head, which is kind of full circle when I think about the concussion that I just had recently. I'm hoping it just means I'm all back to normal. My first bet was Tinkerbell the lamb. That officially makes my porn name Tinkerbell Tintern. Porn was rife when I was growing up, but I really had nothing to do with it until I went round to my boyfriend's house. We just hang in his room and we walked out and all his mates are sitting in the living room watching porn and we walked past. And I just remember feeling so ashamed because I was on that screen. I was the object too, in many ways. I felt very degraded and embarrassed, deeply embarrassed. The first time that I remember voting, or maybe a pivotal vote, is in California. It was in the States because I'm also a US citizen. And I voted for Bill Clinton, who I knew I was going to vote Democrat. There wasn't really much of an option, but I didn't know any of the other candidates. So I just ticked all the women, probably a large proportion, which were very fundamentalist, right-wing Republican women. But I felt like I'd done something.